Students, I have just completed the vocab video, and now I'm going to move into the writing section and the writing video. So writing is right under the vocab tab. So click on writing, and here once again I have your instructions on how you will work on this. Okay, so beginning Wednesday, which is today, or you can begin this tomorrow, you're going to begin writing your first paragraph. And I have it divided into days. I have this divided into days to help you, but if you feel very comfortable and confident in developing the whole paragraph at one setting, that's perfectly fine. So I do want to direct your attention to the writing notes. Now this will go in the writing notes section of your binder. And I took this information from the notes that I had when I was working at the college. I created and developed a course called ACT Prep. And this was for the students in the teacher education program because they had to have set scores on their ACT in order to get into stage 2 of teacher education. So I made these slides, and I studied and gathered materials from the ACT Prep materials, and then I developed the study materials and the study notes as such for that course to help the students pass. I have pulled the materials that I used for the reading, the writing, and the English sections. So I will be using that material with you all this year as I help you prepare to take the ACT Aspire this year and get prepared to take the real ACT exam next year that counts for your score. So I've only given you 2 slides, actually 1 slide really, which is the body paragraphs. I want you to copy this information on this slide into your binder in the writing section of your binder. Okay, so copy this information. You need to know that a body paragraph will be an extension of the thesis statement in the introduction, the thesis statement that's found in the introduction paragraph. You are not writing an intro paragraph this time. You're only writing a body. We're going to pretend the intro is already written, okay? But the body paragraph is going to be an extension of the thesis. You will start with a topic sentence, which is a statement indicating a viewpoint or a fact. You will then write a sentence providing evidence, which is proof that verifies that viewpoint or fact. And then you're going to write an explanation sentence in which you discuss and explain how the evidence supports and proves that the evidence is valid and true. Then you're going to do another explanation statement of discussion that ties that evidence of the viewpoint and the fact back to the topic sentence. Then you will finalize your body paragraph with a wrap-up sentence which ties together and wraps up the information in that paragraph in relationship to the topic sentence. It's always valuable to have at least 2 statements of explanation for each piece of evidence. Now, this one paragraph that you are writing is only going to have one topic sentence. Of course, they all only have one topic sentence, but it's also going to have only one piece of evidence, okay? So I'm going to move away from that, and now I'm going to open, before I open the Google Docs, which is just a blank Google Docs for you to begin writing your paragraph, This is your thesis statement. And this thesis statement, I developed this, and it came from the graphic organizer from Reading Boot Camp and the essential question. The essential question last week in Reading Boot Camp was, what is the price of following the crowd? Okay, so you had to read each little short story and decide, how does this story reveal that there is a price to be paid when you follow the crowd? And then you had to provide textual evidence from the piece with the page number and the paragraph number. To that evidence then was to be used to validate the point that you made about how that piece verifies that a person does pay a price when they follow the crowd. So the thesis statement says, when a person decides to follow the crowd, a tremendous price will be paid. So I want you to go back to your graphic organizer from last week, the Reading Boot Camp graphic organizer. And I want you to look at all of your different stories and the pieces or the statements that you made and the pieces of evidence. I want you to find at least 2 pieces of evidence and incorporate that as your evidence. You're going to develop your topic sentence based on that. For example, you might think in terms of, okay, when a person follows the crowd, they pay a tremendous price. What is one price? This would be your topic sentence. One price that a person would pay for following the crowd is ... and you supply the rest. And as I said, you can draw from your Reading Boot Camp graphic organizer. So then after you write that statement that one of the pieces of price that a person has to pay when following the crowd is, and then you provide evidence. What was the evidence that you found? And then I want you to explain that evidence. And then I want you to go a little deeper and further explain and discuss that evidence. And then I want you to come back and tie it up. Now I want you to remember to do this. When you provide that evidence, in parentheses, I want you to put the author's name of that particular writing piece or that particular written piece of literature. Put the author's last name, put the page number, and I want you to put the paragraph number. PG for page and P for paragraph. Okay? I apologize. The news just came back on. This is your Google Docs that you will write this paragraph on and submit at this tab. So there is your Google Docs. It's a blank document. Complete your paragraph. Don't forget to indent. Don't forget to have proper spelling, punctuation, and well-written and well-developed sentences. Okay, so this concludes the writing of the paragraph for this week. And remember, let me wrap it all up by saying you will only this week be doing the quote of the week, 6 vocabulary words, and writing a paragraph. So try to have fun with this week's work. Try to relax a little bit and get acclimated to the Google Classroom. And next week we will be able to get into Julius Caesar.